Which cryptocurrency is being attacked by the SEC after XRP? How long will crypto holders believe in Ripple? How much will XRP cost in mid-2020? 3. In December of 2020, the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, filed a lawsuit against Ripple Labs, claiming that XRP tokens were offered by Ripple and its officials as unregistered securities. Ripple, the third biggest cryptocurrency by market value, is accused by the SEC of raising $1.03 billion via unregistered sales of XRP, according to Ripple's defense. According to Ripple's defense, XRP is not a security but rather a cryptocurrency in the same vein as Bitcoin and Ethereum. In its most recent quarterly report, Ripple said the SEC had failed to persuade a judge to order the company to turn over confidential material. According to reports, the files in issue pertain to Ripple's legal opinion on whether or not XRP constitutes a security. Ripple asserts that the records would demonstrate that it did not willfully break securities laws. To add insult to injury, Ripple claims that the case's summary decision will be issued in the year 2023. A summary judgment is a pretrial judicial decision on the merits of a case. The summary judgment would decide whether or not XRP is a security in this instance. The lawsuit would be dropped if the court sided with Ripple. The lawsuit will go to trial if the SEC convinces the court to do so. If what Ripple says is accurate, it might end up being good for business. Ripple may have behaved in good faith and not knowingly violated securities laws, as shown by the aforementioned papers. In addition, the cryptocurrency sector as a whole stands to benefit greatly from a judge's ruling in favor of Ripple in the summary judgment. A ruling that XRP is not a security might pave the way for wider use of the cryptocurrency. Keep in mind that the case's fate is still up in the air. The lawsuit may be resolved by summary judgment in favor of the SEC, or it may go to trial. The Sikhs might still file an appeal even if the court decides in Ripple's favor. The legal struggle between Ripple and the SEC is expected to go on for some time, and the result is anyone's guess at this point. It is generally accepted that the litigation between the SEC of the United States and Ripple will soon come to a close. There has been no progress in determining when this legal dispute will be resolved. Following the lawsuit, crypto enthusiasts are left with the forecasts of leading cryptocurrency and legal experts. Pro-cryptocurrency attorney James K. Phelan predicted that the ultimate judgment in the SEC's EV's Ripple dispute would be handed down on March 31, 2023, and many people believed him. Since Phelan is consistently one of the first to share news about the case, his prediction was widely accepted by the XRP community. Fans of XRP assumed Phelan, who seems to have a tight connection with the court's authorities, would be in the greatest position to know when the litigation will conclude. His forecast, however, did not come true. Thus, the town had to depend on the forecasts of other experts. Lawyer representing XRP, John E. Deaton, told the Crypto Basic that he expects the verdict from Judge Annalisa Torres on or around May 6, 2023. Deaton said he based his assessment on the judge's track record. Deaton claims that 60 days after her ruling on Dalbert's motion, Judge Torres issued a summary judgment. Since Judge Torres issued her decision on Dalbert's motion on March 6, Deaton anticipates that her summary judgment in SEC's EV, Ripple, will be issued on or before May 6, 2023. CEO of Ripple and defendant Brad Garlinghouse has shared his thoughts on when the litigation may be resolved. At the World Economic Forum 2023 in Davos, Switzerland, on January 18th, Garlinghouse told CNBC he anticipates a resolution to the lawsuit by the middle of 2023. According to Garlinghouse, the decision from Judge Torres will be issued between now and June 30, 2023. At the same time, Ripple has joined the ranks of many in the cryptocurrency ecosystem who have speculated on when the SEC litigation would finally be resolved. Ripple forecasts that the ultimate judgment in the litigation will be rendered by the end of this year in its most recent quarterly market report. Quone 2023. Ripple has predicted that the IT firm in Silicon Valley might get the summary judgment anytime between now and December 31, 2023. No one knows for sure when Judge Torres will issue a ruling, so these dates are all guesswork. When asked on March 30, if the SEC and Ripple will be informed before Judge Torres issues a summary judgment, Attorney Deaton flatly denied the possibility. Judge Torres's staff and the court clerks who provided her with research materials would be the only individuals who know before she announces her verdict, according to Deaton. Although a resolution to Ripple's case against the SEC is expected soon, the company has been affected negatively by the ongoing delays. The repercussions of investors' dwindling confidence may be evident on-chain and in Twitter rumors. Early today, rumors started spreading on Twitter that Ripple and the regulatory body were due to meet in secret. Blockchain Daily, the initial source of these assertions, tweeted, Pro-XRP attorney John Deaton shot down these reports as apparently false not long after the tweet. In addition, he said, attorneys for the SEC and Ripple might get together whenever they choose. They wouldn't choose a day a week from now and let the news slip. In my opinion, in response, Blockchain Daily agreed with Deaton, stating that his view was reasonable and that the website had not made up the tale. As the summary judgment keeps getting pushed back, we still don't know if there's any truth to the situation or not. Social media users have began to speculate that the regulatory body received the summary decision due on May 6, and, seeing they were losing, decided to settle out of court. Based on the report, a ruling from Judge Torres was anticipated to be made in April. John Deaton said last month, we are about 5 weeks since she delivered the Darbert ruling, and the summary judgment could come out any day now, signaling that supporters and investors are now waiting for the verdict this month. On May 6, we will have reached the 60-day threshold, at which point a decision may be made. In turn, this may have a significant effect on the fortunes of Ripple and XRP, both of which are struggling at the moment. Given the current regulatory climate in the United States and the industry's efforts to adapt to it, a fresh Supreme Court consideration may have far-reaching consequences for the future of the cryptocurrency market. For example, the XRP v. SEC case and the grayscale spot Bitcoin ETF might be profoundly affected by a change in the power structure of us regulators. An earlier judgment that grants rulemaking authority to agencies is being reconsidered by the Supreme Court. The lawsuit that might overturn a rule that gives entities like the SEC the ability to define their own powers will be heard by the U.S. Supreme Court beginning in October 2023. The goal is to provide updated standards for how these institutions, such as financial regulators, should function. Therefore, if the new Supreme Court appeal limits the SEC's ability to define which cryptocurrencies are securities, it could signal a significant shift for the crypto ecosystem in the United States. A favorable ruling in the forthcoming summary judgment in SEC litigation was already anticipated by the XRP community.